There's a function you may find handy. It's a function called matrix. You can turn a vector into a matrix with this. Say you have a vector with a length of L, and if L has two integer factors P and Q, then you can turn a vector with a length of L into a matrix with a size of P by Q. For example, we have an arithmetic sequence of a common difference of 2 from 1 through 23. Now, I want to break it by 4 elements and make 3 groups. So we have x 1 colon 2 colon 23. X dot matrix of 3, then you get a 3 by 4 matrix. Of course, you need to have the right number of elements in the vector to begin with. You may turn a 6-element vector into 2 by 3 matrix, but you can't do the same if there are 5 elements, like this. You get an error. If you're a MATLAB user, you may recall the function reshape. Yes, the AUXLAB function matrix is equivalent to the MATLAB function reshape, but the syntax is somewhat different. Here, we only specify the number of groups that we want to make. Again, remember that all vectors in AUXLAB are row vectors, and think of a matrix as stacked rows or groups of row vectors. The function matrix doesn't take the column number as an argument. Then what do you do if you want to find out the column number? Let's talk about the function size. I just made x into a matrix and called it y. Y.size, you get 3 and 4, the row and column counts. On the other hand, y.length, you get the number of elements for each row. You might have noticed that the function length works row-wise like most other functions, but the size function does not. It evaluates the object in its entirety. Now, if you want to make the matrix back to a vector, use the colon operator. This is the same as in MATLAB. Parentheses, colon, you get the one long vector. Can we make a matrix out of an audio signal? Yes, you can. For those who are not a mathematics person but just trying to use AUXLAB to have some fun, making some weird sounds and make simple processing, you can skip this part. But anyone doing some serious signal processing, including most of you who are using MATLAB for signal processing, keep watching. So I have a wave file called kite.wave. Let's open the waveform and play it.
Kite.
Now, I want to divide this waveform into 10 time intervals and do some analysis. For example, I want to know the RMS of each time interval. How would you do it? You may try using tilde operator, extract the wanted portion and use the RMS function. For the first 1/10 of portion, second 1/10 portion, and so on. But I know you as an AUXLAB user wouldn't tolerate this, right? Then try this. Make it into a matrix, then call the function x.matrix of 10.rms. Voila! This automatically divides x into 10 groups and gets the RMS of each. The result is a time sequence displaying the value at each time point. To make your life easy, the matrix function does zero padding if necessary for audio signals. So there's no need to worry about the length being a multiple of the number of groups. Again, the fundamental philosophy of AUXLAB is don't worry about dealing with sample points. Instead, spend more time with the sound itself.